What a truly extraordinary and fantastic experience with Japan Airlines. I flew business class from Bangkok to Tokio Haneda and can report an exceptionally wonderful and fantastic experience. It started early. I checked out relatively early at just 5 a.m. Outside, the chauffeur service began with me, taking me to the airport. But that was something I booked myself. So there is no chauffeur service included here, like there is with Emirates, for example. Arriving at Suvarnabhumi Airport in Bangkok, I went straight to check-in, and I must say, Japan Airlines has handled it exceptionally well. They offer various options for economy, business, and first class. And there's also the convenient online check-in option. The business section was quite friendly. You can tell that even though there are Thais working here, a different kind of training has taken place. That is noticeable. It is also the case with Singapore Airlines. And from this perspective, it is pleasing to see better and larger differences here. Above all, this is definitely a good service for us customers, and I am extremely pleased that I get a very strong sense of professionalism there. It is undoubtedly an exceptionally beneficial service. So, the basic standard things are checked, the suitcase is placed on the belt, checked in, taken away, and I go to my fast track, which allows me to get in a bit faster as a business class traveller. This is a new solution in Bangkok. There is one on the left side of the airport and one on the right side of the airport. And the left side is primarily intended for Thai Airways, but we can use it too as well. And the other side is for the other airlines. That includes Japan Airlines, and sometimes it goes very quickly indeed. I was lucky and got through security relatively well. Indeed, perhaps. Also the passport control, which is easy if you already have your passport in there, along with fingerprints, eye scans, etc. Since everything is already in the system, this process runs relatively smoothly. And I think, in my opinion, the Thai government has definitely already made very substantial progress here. That means everything is moving a bit faster, and I think we can definitely expect even more from the Thai side in the future. After passport control, I always head to duty-free first. A bit of nice, fresh, and pleasantly refreshing fragrance brings great joy and delightful moments, allowing you to arrive with a good scent at the Japan Airlines Sakura Lounge. And this Sakura or Sakura Lounge was truly a joy for me because the ambience and decor were so authentic and beautiful. The feeling of traveling to Japan definitely starts there, with the traditional Japanese elements and the warm hospitality of the staff, even a little bit at check-in. And then it really starts in the lounge, because as you know from Japan, from the lounges they have these individual menu options hanging up which you can choose from, and the staff there put it together fresh for you while providing a fantastic dining experience. It is prepared right in front of you, making it very special and memorable. The food tasted absolutely delicious, and it was exceptionally fresh. What was particularly remarkable to me was that the cleaning staff don't push a cart through the lounge. Instead, they use rubber wheels and move very quietly, collecting all the dirty cutlery and dishes onto the cart. They also definitely keep it quiet. Indeed, not as loud as in many other business lounges, in fact. And then you get the feeling that someone at Japan Airlines has thoughtfully and carefully thought ahead for the benefit of all of us customers to provide us with better service. And that's what it's all about. It's solely about the airlines or even the hotels offering us customers good service because we are worth it, and ensuring that the hospitality we receive is top-notch. And this truly and incredibly excellent service from check-in to the lounge has personally and incredibly brought me a lot of joy. Even the entire boarding process was incredibly professional and highly organized, and absolutely and completely different from any other airline. There are boarding groups, but it was so well organized that everyone on the left side, where the seats were, sat down and relaxed and comfortable. Everyone knew that it wasn't time to board yet, so they waited patiently. Pre-boarding was prepared, it was done in no time. Next, boarding group 1, including all first-class passengers and status customers who were quickly on the plane. Then the business travellers, group 2, then group 3. This boarding program worked extremely exceptionally well indeed because it was extremely highly professionally trained, who were very highly professionally trained by a Japanese airline, presenting us with a top-notch boarding area, ensuring that everything ran smoothly to get on the plane. There, greeted by welcoming and friendly people with beautiful, lovely faces who smiled warmly and then kindly escorted you to your comfortable seat. The new business class. Personally, I must say, a bit too cramped for me as a first-class traveller, I can say that. But for most travellers, it's certainly a great pleasure because, in my honest opinion, you have a lot of privacy. So, this new and innovative business class is particularly suited for short flights and also ideally suited for flights up to a maximum of 6 hours. It goes by quickly because it is extremely fast and highly entertaining. There is an incredible, fantastic entertainment program with multiple languages, so there's something for everyone. Then the menu area was presented, and there was delicious champagne to start with, a delightful variety of Japanese snacks, and then an exquisite appetizer was served. Delicious Japanese food. Of course, you can also have international cuisine, but I recommend going for the Japanese menus. They are fantastic. It's just wonderful to have such anticipation for the country you're flying to, namely Japan. And when you arrive in Tokyo, it already feels so good. Then the main course is served. Oh, that was delicious. You could tell the chicken was from Bangkok because anyone who has chicken in Bangkok knows it has a special taste. And that was present here too. It could have been made a bit more Japanese, but it tasted absolutely fantastic. High quality and truly accompanied by various deliciously wines. I had another sake, and then there was ice cream and more chocolate, mousse au chocolat, and really the selection was so great that it was a real pleasure and you could fully enjoy it. Yes, just wonderful. A great movie, and the restrooms, I must say, were top-notch clean, with everything available, from soap to hand sanitizer dispensers. The quality of service and amenities on board was so high that it made flying with Japan Airlines a truly delightful and enjoyable experience. It is this quality that we as travellers desire, and where one says, okay, booking with this airline, even though the price has now doubled in business class, for such a flight you now pay up to 2,000, and it can be even more expensive in first class. Every quality point is definitely worth it. And I think if you pay a bit more here, that money is absolutely well invested in this airline. And that definitely makes us extremely happy. That means we invest in cash and get the benefits in return. So all these amenities that the airline came up with to provide us with a truly remarkable and unforgettable experience. And I have to say, I had that indeed. The flight really flew by. There was a small situation that definitely worries me a bit more, which is why I should definitely mention it here. That is worth mentioning. The employees do wear face masks, but there are still 1 or 2 staff members who hold back and think they'd rather not. We had a passenger on board the flight who unfortunately wasn't in the best of health. Additionally, the pillow that was provided to him was already slightly smeared with blood, which was quite concerning. I believe there might be a minor security issue here that needs to be addressed to ensure everything remains secure. I have to say, the staff did resolve it, but one of the employees neither wore gloves nor a face mask to protect herself, which was definitely not safe at all. And then I advised her to wear gloves and a face shield, just like the colleague did. She put on gloves, wore a face mask, and then approached the passengers. Especially when it comes to bodily fluids and you don't know exactly what is wrong with this passenger, who was really significantly struggling a lot and could barely get up, so they had to lay her completely flat and even left her like that during the entire landing. I have to say it's a real shame for such an employee that she doesn't definitely consider the fact that she could absolutely get infected and then potentially infect her entire family when she gets back home, as well as other passengers. Travelling is definitely a risk, even with an absolutely fantastic airline, and that's why we don't want to speak ill of it. Everything went well. One employee was absolutely exemplary, the other just has to live with it. And from that perspective, I found it excellent how we arrived. Because when you fly with Japan Airlines and then arrive in Tokyo, for example, you get through immigration relatively quickly and smoothly. Tokyo has really prepared well for this. Some things might be a bit redundant because when you arrive, you need your passport and a QR code. You present those and then the first step is done. Then, when you go through passport control later, you have to do it again. Then you get to the luggage where you have to do it again to be able to pick up your luggage. And then later, when you go outside with your luggage, you might have to do it again. But sometimes you are also weighed. So I was lucky, I was through checked, and once I arrived, it was fantastic journey, exclusive experience with Japan Airlines that I would book again anytime, and promise you a great desire and anticipation for a first class experience with Japan Airlines. Because if business class was already so great, then I really hope that first class is absolutely even better. And of course, we are definitely flying out of Tokyo to absolutely experience the incredible first class lounge, so I can show you a bit more of it. A truly memorable and great experience with Japan Airlines in business class, exceptionally amazing quality, high quality food, fantastic staff, and overall an experience I would absolutely love to have again.